Good evening and welcome to Puppet News Now. My name's Chip Chapleyton and I'm here to give you some puppet news. Tonight's subject is the Cold War, and my special guest, Brian Paul, an amateur historian, is here to fill us in on the details. To start off, I have a couple questions for him. What is the Cold War? When did it take place? And why is it called the Cold War? Hey Chip, how are you doing today? To answer your question, the Cold War is a brief period in time in which the United States and Russia were in an almost constant competition to see who could come out the most technologically advanced, the one with the most nuclear explosives, and the one with the most people aligned to their ideals, like democracy or communism. A lot of the pop culture at the time, especially movies, art, and literature, really focused on the fear and anxiety that people felt during this very turbulent time in American history, and to spread not only from America, but anxiety felt worldwide because most countries in the world were involved with either side, with Germany being split right down the middle with the East Democratic half and the West Communist half, formerly known as the East and West Bloc of Germany. The Cold War started in about 1950-1945 with the end of World War II, starting with FDR, and then going into Truman at the Yalta Conference, and from there it lasted until the late 1980s and the early 1990s with Reagan and Bill Clinton, with the Berlin Wall going down in the era of Reagan, and Bill Clinton officially transitioning from nuclear democracy to tomahawk diplomacy, which basically meant that they transitioned from using nuclear explosives as leverage to using tomahawk missiles as leverage. And to answer your question about why it's called the Cold War is because neither side really wanted to fight the other one. There was this idea during the time that if one side fought the other, then the entire world would be in jeopardy, and it's called mutually assured destruction, meaning that if the United States fought Russia, then they'd resort to using nuclear weapons and effectively destroy the entire world in the process. That's how powerful nuclear weapons can be. And the temperatures were, probably a little bit better than they are right now. Have a good day, Chip. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have tonight. I'd like to thank all of you tuning in today up to Puppet News with your host, Bip Applington. Have a good night, everyone.